I think we've got about 5 minutes or so left. Just to open up really and ask some questions of the whole group of you. If I manage to chair this, I'll be doing well, I think. But one question I'd like to ask, one of the big issues that I've heard about when I've been meeting people around the country is the difficulty people face in recruiting carers. What do you think, from your own personal experience, helps to recruit others to do what you've done? Anyone want to come in on that question?
And the main reason is that it's not advertised enough. When I've been taking my clients to professionals, and I've taken to lots of clients to lots of professionals, out of 10, only 2 people know about Share Lives, which is very frustrating. It's a very rewarding thing. And it's such a shame that it has not been advertised enough. Plus, there are plenty of very, very smart young people, old people who want to do this thing. They've been asked again and again, but because there's no advertisement and they don't make it easy, just like the lady said, family to family seemed so much easier. But joining Share Lives, you could be waiting for a whole year. My own daughter has been I know the corona came in, but it's like wanting to join for last 2 years. So it shouldn't be like that. It's a very rewarding job, and people want to do it because it innovates people. And it's like I said in my thing, it does enrich people. Apart from your own life, there are other people who need the care. And there are people who are ready to provide, but they don't know how to. And that I've always gone again and again. Campaign is something that is really highly required, and is required by a lot of people and a lot of communities coming together. Come on, let's do it. There are hundreds of women like me, hundreds and thousands who want to do this job. Believe me, I know, because through the post office, I know so many people who want to do it. But how do they make a start? Like I said, my own daughter waited for over 2 years, and I'm still encouraging my other children to go. And but I mean, that's the fact.
That seems, it just seems silly, that really. But what you've said there about how it enriches your lives, your life. I mean, if we could get that message out much more, it'd make a huge difference. It's fantastic to hear. Anyone else want to come in on how you encourage other people to do what you've done?
Yeah.
Helen.
Oh,
I think, Helen, do you want to come in?
Yes. Well, I think personally, it would be quite good for people like ourselves that have actually taken part today to maybe volunteer to go and speak to local groups, local people, do a little talk like the video that we've made, so that people can understand it more. It's all well and good advertising, but the actual crux of what you're doing, I think, needs to come from people that are doing it, and just talk to people. And then people who maybe might be apprehensive or don't know how to go through the system, then might ask us questions, and we can walk them through it and just get out there and talk. Because I know that in our area, the social work don't seem to know an awful lot. In fact, when I was first asking, and I had to find out myself about Shared Lives, I had to go all the way to Glasgow, which is 60 miles down the road, to get information. And so I do think that even just going in and talking with social work, just, and local care groups and different people, and just talking about what we're experiencing and how we feel and how good it makes everybody feel, because this is an amazing scheme and it needs to be out there, and more people like Paul and all the other young people here need to get involved with this, because it does make a difference.
Fantastic. And we have a workshop apparently on recruitment later today, so hopefully some of you have signed up for that. That was really helpful, inspiring. We need to get these voices that we've heard today out there, amplified, part of the national conversation, which just isn't isn't there yet. So thank you for that. Anyone else want to come in on that point? Yeah, hi Ian.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Just going back to your other question that Helen responded to. I agree with what she said, but I also think since COVID and because of the cutbacks, we've lost a lot of our networking. We used to have, years ago, everybody here would have a nominated social worker. We used to have quarterly meetings where a social worker would come, a member of the housing association that owns our house, a member of Shared Lives, anybody involved in the support of Chris and Dennis would come. And as much of the meeting would be not just to talk about us and our any issues or any concerns we may have, but the people themselves here at the meeting, they would be sharing information as well. The social worker would be saying, would be having a conversation maybe with the Shared Lives representative saying, oh, actually, I met a family last week and they're really struggling. They're getting on in years and they're thinking what's going to happen to their son or daughter, you know, maybe, because it's not just about recruiting carers, it's about having the people that need placements as well, that Shared Lives can then start looking for carers for. Because like one of the other speakers said that you know, her daughter's been waiting for 2 years or whatever. It's getting the timing right. It's having people who need a family to live with and people who are offering family support as well. So both have to go hand in hand, and we've lost the networking. That's what we need to build up again. And I totally agree with Helen. We've got to get out there. We've got to start showing that there's not a template for how Shared Lives families function. They're all different, and that people can be matched, but it's having people who need support and people who are prepared to give it joining the scheme at the same time, and it's networking. We need to be creative about how we network now, because we've lost the old way of doing it isn't there anymore. We've got to be creative about how we network and reach people.
I would agree, and I think there's potential with digital technology. It's one thing from the dreadful pandemic, which did seem to help, is that some people were networking more online. Maybe there's some solutions there, but that's still a profound issue to tackle. Thank you for that, and I've run out of time. So thank you all for making your fantastic contributions, for being here today, for making those videos, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But thank you very much, and I think we see you back soon, all of you, for the panel discussion shortly. So have a break, have a coffee, have a walk, and we'll see you back for the panel discussion, I think at past. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Cheers now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.